Hey, what's up turtles? It's Krik here with Black Owl Outdoors. Today I'm going to be doing a video on how to make a paracord bottle holder, which I have conveniently around me right now. And I'm going to be showing how to make this, which is actually going to hold your bottle, your container, anything you want, and how to make this adjustable sling or shoulder strap, which is around me. And I've already done a video on how to do a quote jug knot or bottle or jar knot, but this is another alternative for doing that. Basically, I'm going to make a new one from scratch and sort of reference what I have here and things I'm going to do different, try different, and all that good stuff. So to start, you're going to need the bottle you want to use, and I'm going to use this type of Nalgene. So this is what I have on hand. This is what I'm going to use. Now to start, you're going to need 4 pieces of cordage. You're going to need 4 lengths, and I am going to use. I'm going to judge this at my arm's length. Is going to be my 4 pieces. So there's my first one. Take my knife, cut that. Now I'm just going to measure that out from the first one. I'm just going to do this until I have 4 at equal lengths. There's 1, 2. Try to unravel some of this. Three, and get my last one. Get my knife away before I do anything. Alright, here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, and 4. And before I want to start this, I'm going to burn all the ends of these with a lighter. You want to do this with any cut piece of cordage you have, that way it just keeps it clean, all these strands won't come out. And when you're burning this paracord or anything else for that matter, you don't want to breathe in any of these fumes. Make sure it gets a good melt, that the inner strands are going to melt with the outside. I'm not going to touch this until it cools down a little bit. Blowing a little bit, and then I'll try to make it a little bit neater in line with the rest of the body. And it gets hot sometimes, you do it too early, but I'm just going to repeat this process on all these before I get started and start tying anything. Now, this one I already had made. The first step is I use the actual key ring on the bottom here. I haven't seen this done before, but I'm sure other people have. But why I chose to do this, which I'm not going to use a key ring, I'm going to use a piece of cordage when I make now. I'm going to try it out, see how it works. It's because I wanted this to sit flush. I chose to have these knots sort of roll off that base here. It was on purpose to have them on this side instead of down here, so that when this sits, it sits flush and it sits flush. If I had, you know, bulk of knots underneath here and they weren't even, it could potentially just not make this stable as I sit it in its holder. Maybe not that big a deal, but it's something maybe I'm being anal about, but either way, that's what I'm choosing to do. It's getting dark. So to do that, I'm going to take this other piece of cordage that I have, and I'm going to make a little circle in it using a reef knot or a square knot. And I'm going to kind of judge this on, I don't want to have this too big, the circle down here, but I want it to be small enough. Let me just get it tied and I'll sort of explain the thought behind it. Now this is trial, I've never tried this before, and that one I showed you is the first one I ever made. I haven't watched the video, I just saw a picture of it and I was like, I can figure that out, it's gonna be cool. And that's about the size I want. I'm going to keep it like that. I'm going to cut this piece off and go from there. I'll do it away from the camera. Saw Stony getting ready to flinch. Alright. Put my knife away. Always sheath my knife. I don't want that sitting out exposed. What did I do with that later? Well, I'm going to keep it like that for now. Actually, I'm not. Behind me. I'm going to burn this real quick. It is so humid out here right now, it's ridiculous. Probably 70% humidity right now. Ridiculous. You don't have to move and you're sweating. Alright, got that buttoned up now. Oh, that's hot. Make sure this knot is really nice and tight. I've seen people, I think I want to say, I saw someone say they were going to try to use a good luck knot for the bottom of this, but trial and error, try something different out. Let's try this method. Alright. I'm going to grab one strand of my equal lengths, 4 equal lengths, and I'm going to double it. I'm going to put it through the ring, and I'm going to double it on itself so that it's even. So I got the 2 ends married down here in my right hand, equal length, and I have it coming through the ring. Now the next step, I'm going to kind of hold that, make sure they're even. I'm going to set this on top of the bottle and kind of gauge where this is going to be. And this is why I chose to use the key ring, because this circle sort of kept its form. But I'm going to try it this case you don't have a key ring, do it on the fly. And I want to, now what I'm eyeing up is where this overhand knot needs to be to come over. Basically the length that's going to come off of from the bottom. And I'm right where I'm sort of holding it. I'm going to try to do it for there. This is going to be a trial and error. I'm going to fuss around with it and position it into place once I get it back on the bottle. But basically you're going to be using all overhand knots for this. All overhand knots, which is pretty simple. You can see it, if you're not familiar with the overhand knot, it's just really simple. Move that down a little bit because I know I didn't need it that long. Gotta get it back here where the ring I want it to be, and we'll see if that knot hangs off. That should be good. I'm going to tighten that down right there. Keep checking it as I go. Whew, it's a big old ant. And now I'm going to repeat this process with my other remaining 3 lengths of cordage. So I'm going to grab one, take it through the ring, repeat the same process, double it back on itself, make sure the ends are even with each other. Get the ends even in this hand, go back to the ring. Going to hold this. And at this point, I'm not going to go back to the bottle. Hell, it's looking dark. Maybe I have to finish this under the tarp. But basically, at this point, I'm just going to mirror now. At this distance of this knot, I'm just going to tie it again on my new piece. Same length. And I'm going to repeat this with the remaining 2 after I get this one. I'm going to repeat this process to get these knots where I want it.